to our second episode, and today we are going to do our peanut butter s'mores cookie. We tried this out because I'm a marshmallow and peanut butter lover. People raved about it. So today I'm going to share the recipe of how to do that with our chocolate chip cookie mix. We're going to start out with softened butter. That always helps, and I'll show you because people sometimes think with our mix, man, there's not enough liquid for it to mix, but I'll show you a trick today that works really well. So make sure your butter is softened but not melted. So you can leave it out the night before or in the morning, pull it out. But sometimes if you microwave it, it melts and then it just turns into a gooey mess. Anyway, there's a half a cup of softened butter, and then I'm going to add 2.5 cups of our chocolate chip cookie mix. You add the softened butter and then the cookie mix, and then to the cookie mix we add 3 tablespoons of water. So, and you're gonna think it's pretty dry, but I'll show you a trick in just a sec. There's 1, 2, okay, 3. The trick that I do is I'll mix it a little with, just whatever you have, a spoon or rubber spatula. But then you look at it and I'll show you what it looks like. And you'll be panicking, and I've made this mistake too, is you go, oh no, it needs more water, and you just keep adding. But this is kind of what it looks like when you're mixing it. See how it's kind of dry? So then you go from here, and some people don't like to get their hands messy in the kitchen. The trick is you just take your hands and you start mixing it, like your biscuits or scones. I like to use my hands. A lot of times if my grandkids are over, I let them do this part. They think it's really fun. You just mix it up until it's well incorporated, and I'll show you what it will look like after that. Okay, so after mixing it for a little bit, you don't have to do it very long, but once it's all incorporated, you can stop there. And this is what the end result is. Don't think it's too dry, because you just keep mixing it, and it turns out to be the perfect portions of water and softened butter. Also, I like to add a little bit so it tastes like s'mores. I've used whole graham crackers before to get more chunky, but sometimes I like just adding the graham cracker crumbs. You can do it yourself or buy it pre-made. I probably add like 3 teaspoons, but if you want it more, to have more of that graham taste, you can add more. And then you just get back in there with the dough and you just incorporate that. And it gives it the perfect balance of graham cracker flavor. So I've added more, I've added less, but you do not have to add more moisture to incorporate your graham cracker to it. Sometimes I add more chocolate chips, but today I'm going to add them to the top, and I'll show you why. Now you do probably about 3/4 of a scoop of cookie dough, and then I put it in the center, and I forgot one thing. Let me show you my trick. So this is my trick. You can use your thumb and make an indent in your dough, kind of like that. And this is another way of doing it, because it's maybe easier than using your finger, because you get a precise circle that way. And sometimes they'll separate, but that is okay if you get a crack down the side. So if you get a crack down the side, let me show you what I mean with this next cookie. As you have it in a ball-like shape. So see how it kind of makes cracks there? You don't want it to go all the way through, because this is what I do. Now, if you don't like peanut butter, you can skip this next step. So what I do is I take this little, it's just a tiny regular spoon, not a teaspoon in your kitchen silverware, it's smaller than that. And then I take it and I put peanut butter into that hole, and I'll show you what that looks like. So you put peanut butter into each of the holes, and you can put less or more depending on if you like peanut butter or not. Or if you don't want it, I'll show you how to do it without. So there's our peanut butter, and for time purposes, I won't fill the tray. But your hands, yes, they do get messy, but hey, that's all part of cooking. And then what I do is I have taken large marshmallows and I've cut them in half. So I just snipped them with kitchen scissors. So then you take that half and you put it over the peanut butter. So if you don't want to do peanut butter, I would still make the hole and stuff the marshmallow clear down into the center. So you kind of push it down in and make sure that all the sides are pressed in and there's no holes in them. I'm going to use my apron because that's what it's for. Okay, so then what I do to make the top, you can eyeball it, but I take probably just a half of a scoop and I kind of make it into a patty, kind of, but really small. And you put it over the top. Hopefully you can see this. And I push it down over the marshmallow and peanut butter, like that. So see how there's a hole right in this one? So see how there's marshmallow and peanut butter? You want to patch that so that all the peanut butter and marshmallow doesn't go oozing out, because that's the best part. Then I take another marshmallow and I put that on top. Sometimes I like to take broken up graham crackers and stick it on the top, but I ran out and only had the crumbs. But I'll take extra chocolate chips and I will place them on top also, so that when they come out, there's bits of chocolate and graham crackers. This is the one that is done, and I put graham cracker crumbs over the top, and then when it bakes, I'll show you what they look like. And they are it's the first dessert that's gone when I take to summer barbecues. So anyway, I'm gonna make them and I'll be right back. Now that I have these 4 done, I am going to go put them in the oven. Just a minute. So they'll go into the oven and they bake for 12 to 15 minutes, but I watch them because the marshmallow on top will start to turn toasty color, and it means it's so close to being done. So also, when you go back to make those holes like I just did, don't go clear down where you push all the cookie dough away, because then it'll just be peanut butter and it'll burn to the bottom. So leave, a good amount, not too much, but a good amount of cookie dough in the middle. And also, another thing is this batch, one batch of this type of cookie. Now you can, if you just make plain chocolate chip cookies, you get way more out of the batter. But if you're going to like a family reunion or a party, I'm telling you, this is the first dessert that will go, and people will beg you to bring it to the next party. So I double, sometimes even triple it. And if you wanted to make the cookies smaller, instead of using a big marshmallow, I've tried it with mini ones, where I'll put just a mini one and make the cookie slightly smaller, and then on the top I put a big one that it covers the whole top, or you can put another mini one on top. So as you can tell, I didn't patch that one as well, and sometimes your marshmallows kind of slide off, but that's okay. They still taste delicious. And I tried to move it back on. Sometimes I'm better at that, and other times I'm not. But let it sit on your cookie tray and cool off for about 3 minutes before you move it to a cooling rack. I'm gonna take them off. They've been cooling probably, I would say, for more like 5 minutes. Because I had to go send an email. So anyway, some of them look prettier than others, but I'm telling you, they'll still get eaten Okay, so this is our second tray, and a couple of things. I do like the broken up graham cracker pieces a little bit better. I think they look a lot prettier, but the crumbs worked out better than I thought. So I'll let them sit and cool for a little bit longer, and I'm telling you, they are warm and gooey and delicious. Look at that gooiness. That is my favorite part of a marshmallow, is getting it all toasty and gooey, just like a s'more would be on the fire. This one's still warm, but don't forget, go like and subscribe. Bye.